Hi there, I am the CRM Ninja, and on today's episode of the Oops Factor, I am joined by the lovely Tricia Sinclair. How are you doing, Trish?
Hi, I'm good, thank you. Thanks for having me.
It's an absolute pleasure. We've been chatting for a very long time about lots of tech, and I thought, why not have you on? Let's publicize something more because, you're already very public and already a lot that you do.
Some things.
I mean, you're out there in the community, you're active in stuff, you go internationally to community events, well, when they were in person. So a lot of people know of you.
Thanks.
I put you on the spot there. Okay, let's take you off the spot there for a moment. As you can see, I have a delicious background. I know it's not cake, but it's still delicious. And the reason that I have it is I understand that one of your hobbies is baking.
Yeah, I do love to bake.
So, can you share with us some of your favorite things to bake?
So, my absolute favorite thing to bake is at the moment blueberry muffins. So, I actually baked a batch of blueberry muffins last week, but the idea was that I would have baked it and it would have lasted for the week. It lasted a day. A day. We had
Why?
12 muffins eaten in a day. Not by me. I didn't eat them all. Like it was, I wanted to, one per day. No, one day. They're all gone. The next thing is I really, really like, there is this cake that I do, which is, I call it my strawberry and cream cake, which I use double cream and cheese, like cream cheese, and so like the cream because it's stabilized. And then I have like this really nice jam that I make for the middle, and then I do a 1, 2, 3, 4 cake to sandwich it. So it's like really nice and high, but really fluffy, really light and sweet, but not too sweet, just right. But it's tart as well. I like that one too.
I only ate supper a little while back, but I have to say I'm feeling hungry again at the sound of that. What you said about things disappearing, only lasting a day. So I like to bake as well. I was brought up baking, cooking at home. And before I was married, I used to bake quite frequently because I would enjoy the baking. I would take a bit and I would take the rest over to my fiance who lived in Belgium at the time. And then I would get to see her. And that was a win-win for all of us. But obviously now married, we're living in the same house. If I bake, it's there to eat. And that's a problem.
Yeah, that's why I don't bake as much either, because I don't really want to eat it. Like I want to, really, really, really want to, but I can't. Especially as you get older, your whole metabolism changes and it's probably not for the best. So I try to pace it.
Yes, I agree. I'm sure a lot of our viewers can relate to that as well. When food is around, it has a way of being eaten and quickly.
Tempting. It's very, very tempting. Yeah.
It is.
But what I'm
It is.
trying to do now is I'm trying to like find recipes, like healthier recipes. So a couple of weeks ago, before I baked the other blueberry muffins, I baked another batch, but it was way too healthy because it had whole meal flour. It had oats. It had like it was like literally every single thing that could be healthy was put in. It's stuff like the unhealthy version. It just did not taste good.
So what I would suggest is you should hook up with Alison Mulligan because she has a vegan air fryer recipe for chocolate chip biscuits, I think, or something like that, which are apparently really, really delicious.
But do you need the air fryer though?
I don't know. You'd have to check with her. I have no idea. I've never tried it.
Yeah. Because I've heard a lot about that air fryer, and I really want to know what it looks like.
It should
like
really be one of our community mascots, get a picture of the air fryer.
The air fryer, yeah, it's like Oscar and the air fryer. The cat, the air fryer. Well, don't put the cat in the air fryer.
No, of course, not in the air fryer. On top of the air fryer, or next to the air fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are the two mascots, definitely.
Well, we'll have to put this out to the community and see what we can do with it.
Yeah. Can you imagine?
I Can you imagine some scenarios? Yes, actually. This is going to be hilarious when we tell other people of what we're planning for this. It's going to be hilarious. Uh, um, so, putting the air fryer and Oscar idea to the side for the moment, I understand you have an oops factor story to tell us, which relates incidentally to some travel, I believe. So, tell us about it.
Yeah, so I do travel for my job. Well, I used to. And I was supposed to go to a customer visit to Dublin.
Okay.
And I'm Jamaican. The Jamaican passport and the British passport are extremely alike. So
Okay.
I just picked up the passport, got to the airport, got all the way to the gate to board the flight, showed the passport.
Hold on. You got all the way to the gate.
Yes.
So you went through security.
Yes.
And they didn't check your passport.
No.
Okay, and I'm assuming you had like an e-ticket or something, or on your phone or whatever you had pre-printed.
I just used my phone, just tap in, like listen to music. Got to the gate. I wasn't even late. I was just sitting there, right? Literally, okay. I was actually on time, like an hour and a half, like before my flight, just working. And then they called the flight. Went there, showed them the passport, and they looked at me. They're like, "So do you have a visa?" And I'm like, why do I need a visa? Like, I'm a British citizen. Like, what are you talking about? Look at the passport. Oh, I see. Can I have a picture of my passport on my phone? Will that work? It didn't work. So I had to go home.
And you missed the flight.
Yeah. And I missed the flight. And I had to call the sales guy and apologize profusely. I'm really sorry. I'm not going to be able to make your meeting, but if you do want me, I'll be on my phone. I can attend that way if you want it. So I had to basically get home in time for the meeting and just have the meeting on the phone, like on my laptop.
Okay.
Yeah, it was okay, but it was frustrating because it's better in some situations to actually be there so you can read the room, so you can actually see if they're actually engaging with you. It was hard.
I have to say, at the moment, with everything that's going on at the moment, in terms of, not traveling to client sites or not going to conferences and community events in person, that's one of the things that I find really hard when I'm presenting. I can't gauge the room, see the feedback. It's not the same on that.
It isn't, but what I like to do is, like, people really need to turn their cameras on. Like, I try to get more people to turn their cameras on. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of like the mid ground. If I can see your face, I can read your emotions. You can read mine. We can actually see if you're getting what I'm saying or not. If people turn their cameras off and they're closed, and to be honest, I'm not even sure if they're engaged or listening. They could actually be just sending emails.
They could be.
It's hard.
So you missed your flight. You did that. Now, obviously, the lesson learned from there is to make sure that you have the correct passport. Have you done anything to ensure that your passport looks different, or that you know which one instinctively to pick up? Like, I don't know, put a bright cover on it, or?
Now, the Jamaican passport is at the absolute bottom of paper. So in order to get it, I have to lift up a lot of papers now. So it has a conscious decision. Because to be honest, the only time I'll use it if I go home, right? Like, I use my British passport a lot more because I can get into more places with that passport. So that one is on top. And then the Jamaican passport is below the papers. Yes.
Well, at the point when you renew your British passport and you'll get one of the new ones, which has a different colour. It's not red anymore. It's bluey black, I think, or something. So hopefully there'll be a visual difference.
But the trick is, if I change my Jamaican passport, it's again the same colour.
Ah, okay. It would also be a new one, right? I think you need one of these like passport sleeves, the ones that you put the passport in and it folds, and the passport control officers hate.
Yeah, I could see why they would hate it, but I can also see why it's useful, and I probably should do that. You're right. It will. You know what? It's gonna give me an excuse to spend more money. I'm in. Yeah.
In fact, I think we should get you one embossed with the front being the air fryer, at the back being Oscar.
Air
A
fry.
lot
I
of
take
people listening
Oscar.
to this will have no idea who Oscar is, but it's hilarious anyhow.
I'll do Oscar. Like, I'll take Oscar on the back embossed.
So, any particular color that you think you'd like a passport color in? What's your favorite color?
My favorite color is, it's not really a color. It's black. It's a tint.
Okay.
So pretty much my entire wardrobe, or most of my wardrobe, is black.
I have to
It is
say, most of mine is as well. And my wife gets really annoyed. I say, but it works for me.
goes with everything. Like literally goes with everything. I don't have to worry about, does this go with this? Just take the shirt, take the trousers or the skirt, you put it together, and hey, you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've noted about the puzzles. So people, for identity documents, let's expand it, not just from passports, because you could have multiple driving licenses or multiple other identity documents. So, always make sure, especially when traveling abroad, to take the right one. So number one, to take it with you, but number two, to make sure it's the right one.
Yeah. Double check. It also happened to my mom.
This is moving more into this runs in the family sort of thing. And
We were actually going to D365 Saturday Dublin, actually. It's always when we're going to Dublin. And she forgot her passport. I was just like, where did you think we were going?
So now there's something else I'd like to bring up, which is an oops factor, but this is something I know you are very proud of, because I understand that you are involved with organizing a community quiz. So can you tell us a bit about it?
Yeah, so right now, we're obviously going through a global upheaval. And when I say global upheaval, it's kind of like a lot of people are now realizing what like Black people or people of color have to face just on a day-to-day. So we have a community called the Bespoke Badger, which meets up every Thursday. Hopefully people know about it and will join. But
If you don't know about the Bespoke Badger, go check it out. Bespoke
really,
Badger on Twitter. Definitely very
really,
important.
really good. But in this community, we had, I was able to kind of share my experience. But it also became clear that a lot of people don't understand or don't know what to do or how to help. So one of my friends, Beth Burrell, came up with this brilliant idea to do a quiz, because we also do quiz at the Badger, a Power Platform quiz, but turn it into a charity quiz. So that way the proceeds of the ticket sales will go towards a charity that's actually helping the situation or helping what's actually going on right now. But then we realized that in each country, there are different groups that are affected. So in the UK, we do obviously have racism. We have a lot of microaggressions, and you do have charities that are out there trying to spread awareness and trying to basically support people that are affected by this. In the US as well, but in Canada or in Australia, it may be the Aboriginal community. So it's not, so we can't actually just do a blanket, Black Lives Matter charity move. And this is basically where the whole concept of the global charity quiz came in. Because in each region, the money is actually going to go towards a charity that is beneficial to the most at risk for that region.
Wow. So you're not just taking contributions into a single cause, you're going to see where people are joining from, essentially, and then distribute out towards that.
Yes, exactly. So each region will donate for that region. That money is going to go towards the charity associated to that region. And what we also want is for individuals from the charity to come on and introduce themselves and spread awareness about the charity. So if people want to get involved, they've got a direct link right there and they can get involved.
Wow, that's just, so amazing and so selfless, to give yourself, and to bring others in to help with, obviously what's going on and to help people. And again, not just taking people from the community into a single place, but, moving it onto a much more global scale. So really kudos to you and Beth and everybody else who's involved in it.
Yeah, we do have a really good group because we've got, I think, 6 regions that are involved. So we've got Australia, and you've got Amy Holden and her team that are leading that. And they have a Power Platform pub quiz every month. So what
Okay.
we've done is we've rolled into that and leaned in because they've got a really outstanding group already. And then we've also got Africa, and we've got Samuel, who's
Okay.
basically leading that. And we've got Eduardo from Brazil, who's leading the Portuguese, because obviously different
Yeah.
languages. And then you've got Anna, who's basically doing the LATAM Spanish-speaking side of things. And then we've also got Andrew Welsh and Emma Darcy and Beth, who are in the US leading that team. We've got Fausto, who's also helping them. Literally, we've actually got a full global team. So I've
That's
basically
just
listed
incredible.
so hopefully we will get enough people on board to give enough money to be able to donate a good amount to each of the charities that we're going to be having. We're going to be announcing those charities on social media as we go through and as we confirm things. And also the tickets at this point haven't actually been released, but they're going to be released within the next week. But by the time this comes out, the tickets will be available and out there. So hopefully,
yes.
Search for them.
So the ticket sales will be live at the time when this episode, which viewers you're watching now, is aired, and very, very strongly recommend and advise, please do go buy a ticket, please do attend. Some really, really great causes, and people are giving up their time to do this, and as a community we band together through good times and bad, and this is really a community-led event, so please do go.
Thanks.
So, wonderful for that. So the only question that I have really to wrap up on is, who would you want to nominate to appear on the Oops Factor and share a story of theirs?
Has Emma come on the X Factor, like the Oops Factors yet?
Emma Darcy?
Yeah.
Yes, she was one of the first people to attend.
I missed that episode. Okay.
She was, I think, episode 2 or episode 3.
Seriously, her stories are hilarious.
Oh, she had a really good story to share, but you can go watch it.
I'm gonna. Cookie?
Cookie has been invited.
I want to see his episode.
So, hasn't got it yet, but I've invited him on, so we'll see it soon.
Okay. And then my third choice, not third choice as in like, but you've already invited the other 2.
Yes.
Kayla.
Definitely. Yeah. Kayla has not yet been on. She has not been invited yet. Kayla, you're nominated. Wonderful. Well, Tricia, thank you once again so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Viewers, please feel free to check out the rest of the playlist, subscribe to the channel, and have a great day.